Hello everyone, I'm the Viking General and today is the very first Let's Play episode of this channel. As you can probably hear, I'm a little bit nervous, so hopefully this won't be much of a problem later down the line. Also, as you probably have guessed from the title, we'll be playing the Date clan in Total War Shogun 2. This campaign will be on legendary difficulty, so there will be no taking back bad moves. I'm not that good at the game yet, so I don't expect to be cruising through the campaign, but hopefully I won't lose it, although it certainly is a possibility. Right, that's all the script I've written for the intro, so from now on I'll be improvising most of my sentences and it'll probably get a little bit more confusing. Right, let's begin. So, Date clan will be playing a long campaign on legendary difficulty. The Date clan are unique in that all their units get a charge bonus. I believe it's a +2 charge bonus to all units. And they can recruit better Nodachi samurai, which also have reduced cost and upkeep. And hopefully we'll be able to utilize this much in our battles and get a good aggressive playstyle going. Alright, we'll not be skipping the intro cutscene, so I'll be silent. We can all watch together.
1545. This is Sengoku Jidai, the age of the country at war. For 200 years, the Ashikaga shoguns have ruled from Kyoto. Great splendor and power were theirs. Now the overmighty clans no longer obey. The time has come for a new warlord to become shogun. But who will be victorious? Date lands have always provided for our people. Our enemies are many and envious. They threaten our borders and look for any weakness. We do not walk the same path as other clans. We are revered as strong, independent, and brave in battle. Our warriors are feared. Their skills with the Nodachi are unrivaled. In battle, they terrify the foe. Bishamonten, the war god, has woken. Now is the time to defeat our enemies. All will bow to the Date clan. We wait no longer. Destiny calls. We are the Date, once masters of the northern reaches of Honshu. Our authority is now in jeopardy. Tanemune, intent on wedding his youngest son to an Uesugi princess, has created a rift within our clan. Outraged by his father's plans for his younger brother, Tanemune's heir has rallied our most influential retainers to his banner. They now fight to unite the Date under his rule. Tanemune must answer for the strife he has brought upon our people. Once defeated, our attention must be turned to the reconstruction of all that was lost during our internal struggle, including the reassertion of our authority in the north. Having capitalized upon our infighting to expand their power, the Mogami clan posed the biggest threat. Capturing Ugo to the west will diminish their influence. We have a history of conflict with the Hatakeyama to the south, so we should not hesitate to take Miyagi province from them. Rich in quality iron, This province will enhance our military capability whilst giving us a much coveted resource in which to trade. As we gain influence, we will surely draw the ire of Kyoto. We have no need to submit to the whims of the Shogun, so should he be foolhardy enough to march against us, he will find the Date ready to fight for our power and independence.
Alright. So, we got our first mission, which is to take down Tanemune, which will give us a little bit of extra income over 6 turns when we defeat him.
If our daimyo
Well,
is to become shogun,
we'll skip that. So let's take a look at our starting position. First, let's look at our Daimyo. He has 3 traits. He has extra melee attack for his bodyguard and himself. He has +1 repression, and he also has a -5% chance of getting assassinated, which is very useful from later down in the campaign. So hopefully he will not get assassinated, but we'll try to protect him as much as possible. He's also pretty young, only 26, which will probably mean if he does not get assassinated or dies on the battlefield, he will not die of old age before we're going to finish this campaign. Next up we have his brother, 23, so he'll probably live out through the campaign. He has no skills at the start. Furthermore, we also have a younger brother, as was mentioned in the intro, that our father wanted to marry to the Uesugi. He's 18, so he will be coming of age in the next 3 years. Our brother is also the Commissioner of Warfare, so that will help a little bit in recruitment cost for our beginning army. Now, as the first move, we will be getting our daimyo together with his brother to take down their father. This should be a relatively easy battle. We are not going to do any multiplayer in this Let's Play. I think Legendary campaign will be a high enough difficulty curve for me to learn. So let's not make it even more difficult trying to find human opponents. And also I think there will probably be a long waiting time. I'm not sure how many people play this game in 2021. Which honestly, it still looks very, very nice for its age. Really ahead of his time when it was released. Alright, dry weather conditions are perfect. So let's quickly form up. So I have fought this battle before as a test, just to see what the Date clan is about. The enemy will start here, but they will move up to this hill, which is a kind of weird position for them to take, but we can just attack them on that flatter ground here without much problem. Alright, let's get them all moved up. We don't need to run. We need to get our troops exhausted already. Let's save as much of this energy as possible. So that cavalry will remain here. And now is the time to actually move on. I would love to issue attack orders, but because they disappear sometimes because they're in the trees, it sometimes the AI gets confused a little bit. So we'll just issue a manual attack, a manual move order. Let's also get our generals up there.
minutes, my lord.
Oh, here are some are lagging behind a little bit. Let's have a burst fire on the top because they generally try to form a wall. But if we do not engage them, that will be pretty okay. And this, he's there to provide morale support. Our Yara Samurai will probably tear through their cavalry in no time. Archers are done. There we go. And that's a victory. Now let's use our generals to run down a decent amount of enemies. Yeah, we want to run down. We want to run down the Yari Samurai first, and the bow as well. Stop firing because you're gonna hit our general more than you're gonna hit the enemy. These are going to get away, but that's fine. Well, let's speed this up a little bit. And I generally like to wait until they're under 10% strength. There we go. Before moving on to other enemies. Alright, those are wiped out as well. Now we don't want to wipe out this unit completely. And I'll get to that in a moment later. Around 25% should be sufficient. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's not really necessary to get them in, but it could help. Yeah, that's about fine. Like I said, easy battle. Enemy breaks really fast when you focus all your effort on the flank with flat terrain. We only lost 100 men, which is okay. Right, so we got a little bit of experience from that battle. Let's see here. And now we're going to fight again for even more experience, because we have the movement. And now in this battle it will be important to just wipe out the cavalry, which probably will suicide charge right into our spearmen. And then with the Yari Ashigaru should rout pretty quickly after that. Hopefully they will still be alive after this battle so we can fight another battle for even more experience for our Daimyo. It's right now we do have the opportunity to get some extra experience for our general, so we should grab that opportunity. Doesn't really matter that much how we're gonna form up. Get our bows in front. And just move up. They start holding the hill, but they come down pretty quickly. Because we have missed superiority. Let's hold up. Fire on the cavalry. I'm using Ashigaru because hopefully they'll be able to get a little bit more experience. Because later down the line we will be disbanding the Yari Samurai. They're a good unit, but their main purpose, in my opinion, what I've found is basically like a flanking unit. Where we will be using no Daichi Samurai for that purpose. Right. Here we go, they shatter. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong button as well. There we go, end battle. Right, so that's the second battle. with a nice chunk of experience. And let's see what our first retainer option will be, because I believe this one will give enough experience for a Daimyo to level up. Yeah, only 6 men lost, which is fine. Right. There's the level up. Let's see. So we have 10 to diplomatic relations, or we have +1 morale for Ashigara units. Without a doubt, this one is very, very useful to give all our Ashigara units, because we'll be mainly using Ashigara force, and having that extra morale will really help. So as character skills, I generally personally just like to ignore this tree. I want to use my generals for the commanding ability and their buffs and their bonuses, and not as combat units themselves. In the early game, they are pretty decent combat units, but as the game goes on, their combat value just declines very rapidly, especially when you get to Yari cavalry or Katana cavalry, which I believe even have like triple the number of men of a general. They're just so much more useful. Now, we only have this small force left here, but it seems like we don't have movement, so we just use our daimyos because they're cavalry units. So we have a little bit of extra movement to finally attack yet this unit. And we'll just auto-resolve that battle. To make sure, absolutely sure our generals do not get killed accidentally, because they might have been one of those 4, but as long as we use auto-resolve, the unit generally doesn't get wiped out. And there are no immediate threats, so our split army is not that big. Alright, so we have killed our father, or imprisoned him. He wasn't exactly present on the map. And now we get a little bit of extra coin. But sadly, our province isn't the richest. We are going to improve irrigation. It's irrigation, right. We're going to interrogate all the crops. Very useful. It's fertile soil, so it's pretty decent for money making. I'll probably... I mean, we will be using it later down the line, the sword school, because we have a blacksmith in this province as well. However, right now, we're not going to recruit any katana samurai. I think this building slot will serve us better if we get a market in this place. So we're going to demolish it, and we're also going to upgrade our harbor. So we can start recruiting a little bit of navy, because the goal is, or at least in the early game, is to consolidate, of course, the northern provinces, but also to capture Sado. For that, we will be needing a navy. Generally, this is just only a single clan that holds this land, but the main attraction of this land is, of course, the gold mines. And hopefully that will boost our economy by quite a bit. We just don't have the money to recruit right now, so we'll skip a turn for recruiting. Won't be too much of an issue at this stage. So let's end the turn here. Alright, got another mission. Oh, I completely forgot to assign the arts, but luckily it went with the right. We want to get down the wave the sword as quickly as possible. Just to be able to field our superior units as quickly as possible, basically. And after that, we'll be working on the right side of the arts, the chi arts. So, like I said, we want to put down the market, which, oh, I completely forgot, it requires this first one. Alright, that's fine. Let's put a second in then. Alright, now Probably makes me look like quite a fool. Or let's not do that and just get some more units, because we're really going to need those units at this point. So we don't have enough to upgrade the roads yet. Let's consolidate this force. Move it a little bit back. And end turn. The first few turns are going to be pretty uneventful. Building up a little bit.
Provide excellent defense against enemy cavalry charges, but their tight formations leave them vulnerable to missile troops and skilled infantry units.
And a bit of misleading, because their Yari wall formation is very powerful. Alright, so we got the first arts. Another mission to capture any province for even more morale debuffs on the enemy. Some more Ashigaru units. And let's get the roads. No. Let's get the roads. We also need a little bit of replenishment. Right. So I am expecting an enemy army to come through here. At some point. This is a decent force. I should probably now get. We'll don't have to worry about this just yet. It's very expensive. We will be going for the armor upgrade because our Nodachi samurai will have almost no armor, and getting 2 extra armor on that will be very useful. So let's get the sake then. And also get an archer building. Alright, let's go and take a look. With our current force, we should be able to either repel a small force or just retreat if the force is if the enemy is too big.
Ideal for whittling down the enemy before battle is joined. These troops are best kept at range and will suffer heavy losses if engaged in melee.
All right. So no enemy so far. Like I said, we should probably also start recruiting our navy a little bit. We are not making a lot of money, but that will be okay at this point. All right, so there's nothing here as of yet. Let's stay in ambush mode here. And let's end the turn. Alright, there we have the enemy. Oh, sorry, I skipped that. Right, so we now have a... I think it's... This also gives us a charge bonus. So 7 turns remaining. Right. So I'm guessing this is a... Whoa. Kobaya as well. So let's not engage them on one-on-one. Wait for the second one to finish. Even if they block the port, there won't be any trouble whatsoever, because our only trade route is with Takayama, and it's by land, so that's fine. So let's try to bring this army up here. Have this army down here. I want to make sure we'll be able to block the pass if the enemy tries to attack the smaller force, because I think they can. And then if they try to attack them, we will have an ambush ready. Hopefully the ambush will give us a great opportunity to just charge the lines, which we will be better at because we have a charge bonus, and hopefully we'll also be able to hold better because of the better morale. Let's see, Mori has been destroyed. That's usually I see a Maguana or a Hattori being destroyed really early, but Mori is a new one. Well, that's actually pretty nice news, because then they won't get too big and they won't have a naval dominance. Because let's be honest, as the data, we will not really be focusing on navy that much. We do have a trade node pretty close, so that is pretty nice. But having some navy will help us later down the line, especially when Realm Divide hits, to protect our shores and our homelands from naval invasions. Right, the Sakaden has been built. So now we are making a little bit more money here. Not too much yet, but we also have managed to get the town growing. So eventually it will be worth more. And of course we recruited some extra units here. And that's ship. Alright, let's end the turn. So they left. Or at least are not there anymore. No. They moved up. Alright, we got the ambush going. And as you can see, our forces are pretty similar. They have a single they have one more bowman than we do, but it should be fine, especially in ambush. And luckily, if we do get some the units we lose here are pretty easily replaceable by the smaller army coming in right now. Although after this, because we will try to rush for the Yugo province as fast as possible, because we really need more land to get a better army going, or at least a bigger army. Right, let's watch the speech. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every time, but alright. I had hoped for a very nice flat terrain, but this hill is pretty damn scary. I hope that with an ambush battle at least we would get terrain advantage, but So I'm guessing they will be marching this way, because this is open and there will be there's more terrain there. So what I'm think of doing is actually just I'm not really sure how ambushes work, because generally I just rush them. But I know that in the later games, if you do not move a single unit, you stay hidden the entire ambush. Because if I'm going to charge from this side, they will just move up this hill. And charging from this side, they'll probably be able to get on the hill. But maybe the surrounding... It's so steep. Way too steep. Alright, let's just park up here and hope they will watch through there and we'll hit them there. But let's get a few units here. And 3 on each side. Yeah, that's fine. 3 units here. Get our bowman here. Not fire. Get our position away. With these guys a little bit behind to do a little bit of extra flanking if possible. I think our generals are going to be spotted immediately. We'll see what happens. If they the good thing about deploying on this side is if they spot us immediately, they'll probably still try to deploy on this hill, but it's very the hill's so small, so the battle line will be on flat terrain as well, so we just focus on the flat parts. And if they come to us, we will be able to hold this high ground here. Alright, let's see what happens. No, they immediately text us. Alright, that's fine. But like I said, yeah, there was no way of getting on this hill before them. Alright, that means we can just form up as well. And we can take our time. We are on the offensive. In general, the AI does not like to attack or counter charge. So this battle will be a tad more difficult to get through. Yeah, they're forming double lines, but you see here, this unit here is actually pretty... It's pretty doable on this side. To attack from this side. They're moving up their bows. Hopefully they do not have any breach at this point. But we can always move our line back a little bit. So I am worried about going up the hill this way. It's probably our best bet. It's still pretty steep. Maybe... Well, we could run units in here and then have them hide, but probably get shot to pieces before they can actually do anything useful. Alright, this is quite a conundrum. So we'll probably need some bait to try to focus them into a different position. Alternatively, I could also just bunch up my forces and try to smash right through the middle. Because if we stay up here, then they will have to come up the hill as well to fight us. So we would have uphill battle and a downhill battle at the same time. Let's see if they want to react on this or not. But this is always the most, the hardest thing I find in battles is when you're on the offensive and the enemy gets handed a very, very defensible spot. And if any Shogun 2 veterans are watching, they're probably almost shouting at the screen right now, because they probably have a very easy solution to this problem. However, I haven't found one myself yet, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully the battle won't take too long to complete. Oh, there we go. They're moving down. I see a very tasty target. Okay, now you can fire on them. Right. Little premature. Want them to charge the general. I've waited until that moment. Alright, now they're really gunning for a general over here. He is a little bit more experienced, but I'm quite concerned. Let's see if we can take them down here as well. 29 versus probably. Alright, get him out.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
Fire him. Oh. And let's move him back in. Right, we got that general. Very useful, because that means they won't have any morale buffs whatsoever. Let's move a little bit. We're getting a little bit shot, but casualties are manageable at this stage here. So let's do a quick move. Flanking or rear charge, whatever. You can still inspire the unit. There we go. We shattered them as well. Right. Move back. We're just going to have to weather the storm here. And they're not coming. But he will be able to run down most of them at this point. Fire on their archers. So this one is pretty much destroyed, but this one still has quite a number of troops in it. Yeah, I'm getting pretty far away from the rest of the troops, so we should be able to and hopefully we can get those around and have them chase our general a little bit. Did they even fire once at them? They did. Oh, there's such a steep hill to climb. Let's make sure they are not able. Let's just continue with it. Let's get our general up as well. Archers, not shooting our own troops. Alright, I think yeah, they're wavering as well. Right, this general can move back a little bit.
My lord, a glorious victory will soon be yours.
There we go. Now let's run down as much of them as possible. This this scenario, it is not very useful to leave people alive for a battle later, because it's on their turn as well. The good news is we can replace these casualties pretty easily, and we also get some extra replenishment because we're in our own territory. Well, we can speed this up, of course. Yeah, I'll probably spend the most of the time dealing with that. That's one thing I like. The radar map is. Thank you, advisor. The radar map in battle, it's not that useful to me, in my opinion. But when running down routed units, it's pretty. It's not essential, but it's very handy. You don't have to like try to spot them moving. Well, I think that's most of them. There we go. Decisive victory. Alright, we lost 300 men, which will be easily replaceable with the reinforcements coming in, and we basically wiped out the entire army. Also very important, we got some experience on our... not that much though. These didn't do much fighting. But they did very well. See, yeah, we're in our own territory. Oh, and our Daimyo is also now brave, which gives another morale bonus to all of their units. So he now has +2 morale for all his units, and also for Ashigaru units. So these guys normally have a morale of 5, but the standard will now have a morale of 9 already. And these are inexperienced, so experienced units will have very high morale. Like, as you can see, morale 11 is pretty big. As I believe the Nodachi Samurai we can recruit, they have a base morale of 10. So this Ashigaru unit already has more morale now than a base Nodachi Samurai, which is awesome. Anyway, with this battle, I think it's a good time to conclude this first episode. I have been talking for quite some time now. I hope you liked what you've seen so far, and if you have any tips, encouragements, or just simply want to roast me for doing something stupid, leave a comment or give it a like. And if you actually think this has some potential, you could even be my first subscriber. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.